In this video, you will learn how to read and write numbers in three forms: number or standard form, word form, and expanded form. Here we have the number in standard form or number form, 492,056. We can write this in word form and expanded form. When writing it in word form, we will write it out with words. A great way to do that is to break the number into periods. So for our first period, we have 492. Just focus on that part and ignore every other part of the number. So 492. We can write 492. Now we'll take a look at that comma. This is the first comma. There's only one comma, so that comma is going to say 1,000. Then we'll look at the second period. We have 056. We don't say it as 056 or 056, we just say 56. So that last part will be 56. So when we read the number in word form, it would be 492. The comma says 1,000, and the last part is 56. 492,056. We can also write this in expanded form. An expanded form takes that number that's in standard form and shows the value of each digit. So our first digit is a 4. So we'll go ahead and write a 4. And that 4 is in the hundred thousands place. So it's worth 400,000. And if you don't know your place value, you can just count how many digits come after the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's how many zeros will be after the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now that we showed the value of the 4, 400,000, we'll move on to the next digit, which is a 9. We're going to add a plus sign to add the next place value position. So we're going to add plus 9. And then show that the 9 is in the 10,000s place, so it would be 90,000. Then we'll add the next digit, which is a 2. So we'll write plus 2, and this 2 is in the thousands place, so it's worth 2,000. Our next digit is a 0, so we don't have to show that in expanded form. We can move on to the next digit, which is a 5. The 5 is in the tens place, so it's worth 50. And the last digit is a 6. It's in the ones place, so it's just worth 6. So we have 400,000 plus 90,000 plus 2,000 plus 50 plus 6, showing the value of each of the digits in that number. Sometimes you'll be given a number in word form and you'll have to write it in standard form and expanded form. What I like to do with my word form is separate it just like we did with standard form when we were writing word form, separate it into periods. So the first period that we see is 62. Remember when I said 1,000, that just represents the comma. So I'm going to circle the word 1,000. And then I'll look at the next period, which is 300. So now I can write my number in standard form. My first part is 62, so I'll write the number 62. I circled 1,000 because that's just going to be a comma. I'm not going to write 3 zeros because when you say a number and say 1,000, that's just the comma that you're saying. Then my last period is 300, so I'll write the number 300. 62,300. Now that I have my number in standard form, it will be very easy to write it in expanded form. So we're going to show the value of each digit. The first digit that we have is a 6, and it's in the 10,000s place. So that would be 60,000. Remember, you can count the digits after the 6. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So there should be 4 zeros in your number. We'll use the addition sign to add on the next digit, which is a 2. That's in the thousands place. So 2,000. Add on our next position, which is a 3, and it's in the hundreds place, so 300. Our last 2 digits are 0, so we don't have to show those in expanded form. So our expanded form is done. 60,000 plus 2,000 plus 300. Other times, you might be given a number in expanded form and need to write it in standard form. So when you start with expanded form, you're shown the value of each digit. So what I like to do is take my greatest place value position, which would be the first one, and see how many digits it has. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to go ahead and give myself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines to place my digits so I make sure that I don't miss any. So my first one is going to be in the 10,000s place, and it's a 6. My next digit is a 2, and it's in the thousands place. So ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. My 2 is going to go there. I'm going to add my comma. The next digit is a 5, and it's in the hundreds place. So ones, tens, hundreds. I have a 9 in the tens place. Ones, tens. So the 9 goes there. And I have an 8 in the ones place. So it will go there. So I have 62,598. I can write it neatly. 6, 2, comma, 5, 9, 8. Now I can move on to word form. Remember that when we write it in word form, we break it into periods. So our first period is just 62. And then that comma is going to say 1,000. So far I have 62,000. Then I look at my last period, which is 598, and I'll add that. So I have 62,598. I'm going to show one more example of starting with expanded form and writing in standard and word form, because sometimes you'll be given expanded form, but there won't be a digit in every place value position, so you will need to add some zeros in there. So remember, we start by counting how many place value positions are in the largest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to have 6 digits in our number, comma. Okay, and we know that there's a 3 in the largest position, the 100,000s place. So we're done with the 300,000. We'll move on to the 400. So the 4 is in the hundreds place. So that would be here. And the 8 is 80. That's in the tens place. So the 8 will be here. Everything else you'll need to fill in with zeros. So we end up with 300,480. Now we could write this in word form. We'll look at the first period, which is 300. And then that comma says 1,000. So our first part will be 300,000. And then we'll look at our last period, and we say that as 480. So we'll add that to our word form. So we have 300,480. Now we wrote this number in standard and word form. Thank you for watching my video. I hope it helped. Check out my Teaching Exchange classroom for worksheets and centers, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more videos.